Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Law enforcement agencies in Franklin County are making sure sex offenders are in compliance ahead of Halloween.
Just days after an arm was discovered in the Kentucky River, police in Carroll County are now investigating after a foot washed up on the banks of the Ohio River.
Transylvania University will soon have some new dining options for students. We'll tell you more about a program that works to bring local produce to Kentucky schools. WKYT News at 5:30 starts now. Good evening. It's a way to keep your community safe. With Halloween just a few days away, police in Franklin County are cracking down to make sure that sex offenders are registered properly and living where they should be.
Last week, deputies checked in on every sex offender in the county, and as WKYT Sam Smith tells us, several were found to be non-compliant. He has our top story at 5:30.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office, along with Frankfort Police, State Police, and other law enforcement agencies, have just completed Operation Fall Harvest, which is about making sure sex offenders are compliant. There are 76 registered sex offenders in Franklin County. A little more than 20 of them are on parole. That leaves 52 sex offenders that go without regular compliance checks. Last week, every one of them was checked on.
All of them know that we're looking, we're watching. This is the second time we've done this, and with very good results.
Sheriff Pat Melton says 7 were found to be non-compliant. They had violations such as living too close to a school, owning a social media account, or failing to register. Some had guns and drugs, which aren't allowed.
And as a result of this, the children and our folks are a lot safer in our community as a result.
Melton says state police maintain an online registry that can be found by searching Kentucky SOR. The website, plus initiatives like Operation Fall Harvest, which gets its name because Halloween is Friday, are ways to keep your kids safe.
There's nothing better than checking the sex offender registry and doing compliance checks like we did for this operation.
If you have any questions about sex offenders in your neighborhood, you can visit that state police website or contact the sheriff's office. In Franklin County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And parents, this note for you. Franklin County is offering to x-ray any Halloween candy that children receive at the Judicial Center. Well, just one day after a severed arm washed up on the banks of the Kentucky River, police in a neighboring county say a foot washed up from the Ohio River.
So are those two body parts related in any way? WKYT's Jennifer Palumbo is at the live desk with what investigators say about the latest on this disturbing and odd discovery. Jennifer?
Sam, the arm was found in Henry County and the foot in Carroll County, but detectives don't believe the two cases are related because there was flesh on the arm but not on the foot. Saturday afternoon, a man was picking up debris along the banks of the Ohio River behind his home along US 42. He spotted a Nike shoe, and when he took a closer look, he saw a sock covering a human foot. Carrollton Mayor Gene McMurray lives a few houses from where the foot was found.
Not every day that you're on your riverbank and you're clearing the riverbank out and you all of a sudden find a shoe with a bone in it.
The coroner sent the foot to the medical examiner's office in Louisville. Detectives have determined the shoe was made in 2011, and they believe the person it's from did not die recently. Detectives are still trying to figure out where the shoe came from, but say it could have traveled as far as Pittsburgh, where the Ohio River starts. At the live desk, Jennifer Palumbo, WKYT.
Carrollton police have been going through their missing persons reports and have contacted agencies in northern Kentucky and Ohio.
Tonight, a Berea man is behind bars charged with assault. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Madison County. Deputies say 67-year-old John Durham shot Daryl Pigg multiple times. It happened about 10:45 last night in a home on South Dogwood Drive. Pigg was taken to UK Hospital. There's no word yet on his condition. Durham has been charged with assault.
And we found the subject shot in the yard. Obviously, there was some kind of altercation. What that altercation was, we're just not sure at this time, but hopefully, as the day goes on, we'll try to figure that out.
Police are still trying to figure out what led up to that shooting. In Greenup County, state police are asking for your help tracking down 2 missing teenagers. Police believe 15-year-old Kimberly Spillman and Peyton Adkins were traveling to the Cincinnati area together. Right now, police have a limited description of their clothing. We're told that Spillman is about 5'4" and has blonde hair and green eyes. Adkins has brown hair and brown eyes and is about 5 feet tall. Police are asking anyone with information to give them a call.
I certainly hope you're enjoying this beautiful fall weather out there today, but as Chris has been telling us, some changes are on the way in a big way just in time for Halloween. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking those changes, and Chris, they're going to have to bundle up soon, won't they?
Yeah, they really will, Sam. So let's get out and let's enjoy what is out there now. I know we're running out of daylight today, but take advantage of what we're seeing on our live sky cam. Good looking weather across central and eastern Kentucky. On top of Hamburg Pavilion, nothing going on there, nothing really showing up across the entire region. Life First Alert Defender is going to stay dry and on the calm side all the way through the evening and right on through most of your Thursday, too. Temperature forecast. Quick drop in thermometers towards sunset, and right after sunset toward 50, and by 11 o'clock we're down toward the low and the mid 40s. Though the focus of the forecast with the weather headlines is on tracking that wintry blast that shows up just in time for your Halloween. First flakes of the season at this point almost a given across central and eastern Kentucky. It's the question of how much can we get out of those flakes. Very cold temperatures that'll make it feel more like December as opposed to the final day of October and flipping the calendar into November. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll show you some new computer models and what they think will fall in terms of snow as we get a little deeper into Friday and Saturday.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. The election is less than a week away, and the candidates are pulling out all the stops to help boost voter turnout. U.S. Senate candidate Allison Lundergan Grimes was in Winchester this afternoon. She made a stop at the Cairn Coffee House on Main Street as part of her bus tour.
They are ready to say 30 years is long enough. They want someone who will be a fighter, as I will, to go to Washington and get Washington working for us, cut through the partisanship, and most importantly, put the people of this state first and put the people of Kentucky back to work.
As for Senator Mitch McConnell, he's been on a statewide bus tour with singer Lee Greenwood this week. Today, though, he was in Louisville with Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal. McConnell is scheduled to be in Lexington Friday morning.
There's a big change on Election Day next Tuesday for people who are in Fayette County on that day. Our good question, is it finally legal to buy liquor on Election Day in Lexington? As of a month ago, yes, liquor sales will be allowed on Election Day in Lexington. Last year, the state passed a law that allowed communities to have the sale of liquor on Election Day. But to make it legal in each town and community, the local leaders had to repeal the ordinance banning it. So in Lexington, that was the Urban County Council. Last month, they approved the change. Vice Mayor Linda Gorton says it was an outdated law that really cost the alcohol industry. There are estimates the loss in Kentucky was $625,000 just in sales tax revenue alone. Restaurants and tourism also were affected. So yes, liquor can be sold on Election Day. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Less than a week until Election Day, and the candidates for Senate are wrapping up their campaign tours.
And the early voting numbers are out. We'll tell you how many Kentuckians have already voted. Bill Bryant has the bottom line.
Good evening. As you send in those property taxes and wait to vote next week, consider this. Some of your tax dollars will be going to operate voting precincts where there are no voters registered. In some cases, there are only 3 or 4 voters in a precinct. So how in the world did that happen? Well, clerks are having to create precincts with very few or even 0 voters because of the complicated process established by state and federal laws. Some clerks went to a hearing in Frankfort, and they're urging lawmakers to give them more authority to redraw local precinct lines in a way they say would make more sense. Former President Bill Clinton returning to Kentucky tomorrow to campaign for Democratic Senate candidate Allison Lundergan Grimes. The two will attend rallies in Louisville and Ashland. Hillary Clinton returns to Kentucky Saturday. She'll try to boost Grimes with stops in Lexington and northern Kentucky. Grimes also released a video endorsement from former UK basketball coach Joby Hall. Republican incumbent Mitch McConnell has wrapped up a bus tour with singer Lee Greenwood, and today, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal is at his side in the Louisville area. McConnell repeated in an interview that he supports travel restrictions from Ebola-inflicted countries. He joins about 40 other congressional Republicans in that stance. And on the trail, McConnell continues to push the stance that his leadership post in Washington is too important for Kentucky to lose. More than 35,000 Kentuckians have already voted, most of those by absentee. The Secretary of State's office working on a turnout projection for next Tuesday. That should be out by the end of the week. And the final WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass poll on the Senate race will be released tomorrow. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
And we look forward to that. Today, Transylvania University joined the Kentucky Proud Farm to Campus program. It's a commitment by the university to use locally produced food products to serve their students. The Kentucky Proud products will also be available in campus bookstores. School leaders say the school and Kentucky farmers will benefit from this partnership, and students will see the benefits of supporting Kentucky farms.
We are integrating more and more young people into a movement that represents a great economic future for our state, for our region, and a great economic future for them individually.
Transylvania is the 9th college in Kentucky to join the Farm to Campus program.